Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is feeling that their connection to energy around them has shifted, which I suppose is kind of a fancy way of saying your intuition is improving, and you may have a little bit more clarity than you had grown accustomed to. And you might need a little bit of time to kind of adjust to what you're capable of or the information that you're receiving, the downloads that you're getting. So have patience and find a way to remain grounded. Getting outside is good for that. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member and how to find my candles on Etsy. I've pre-recorded this because I'm going to have some days off, so forgive me for not saying hello to everyone, but I am going to try to join the live chat. All right, let's see. We're going to start with the noisy tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. What else do we have about this increase in intuition? Somebody seeing things more clearly. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Cups, and the Star in the reverse with the Moon. So there's a kind of intuition or insight that you get into life or into who you are as a person that I think pretty commonly comes at the price of going through something very difficult. In other words, I feel like intuition is kind of like the reward for getting through that dark night of the soul. So we have somebody here who has gotten through something difficult. They are in the process of like recovering from this. And this Knight of Cups is some sort of like offering, like, sorry you went through that, here you go. And the Moon can talk about hidden gifts or an understanding of things that are considered kind of secret or difficult to understand. So it almost feels like a little bit of an initiation or realizing, you know what, maybe I do have some kind of innate skill here as far as picking up on the energy or reading what's going on. So I think there's a little battle here to believe in what has changed or how you see things, the way that you know things without there being some sort of guide or confirmation. You're just like, oh, yeah, no, I think it's that. So trust your intuition. Five of Cups in the reverse and the King of Cups. I do feel like you've had an increase in your emotional maturity as well. So if there were things in the past that had caused you to repeat cycles, dating the same type of person or falling into the same problems in your workplace or financial situations, I feel like you're able to face them more head on, or you have been, and as a result, you're seeing things from a different vantage point. And it's a better vantage point. That's why things are easier for you to understand. It's like you can identify very quickly what the issue is or what needs to be addressed, as if it were highlighted for you with a big red ballpoint pen, right? So the Chariot is in the reverse because even though there have been things that made it difficult for you to progress, it has sharpened your intuition and you're still finding a way to get where you need to go, even if the road is blocked. Let's see what else we have. This is the Tattoo Tarot. What else do we have? Nine of Swords, Magician in the reverse, and the Lovers. So there's a little bit of a word of caution here. There are things that you could potentially, things that could cross your path, people that could cross your path, temptations, you know, basically don't do a love spell. Use these gifts or these skills that you're acknowledging or recognizing within yourself for what you know they're intended. And I do feel like that will guide you. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. You were willing to put yourself out there. You were willing to do something to address the problems in your life that require dedication or commitment. This is why your intuition is improving, because you were willing to do what was kind of risky. So it's like you're a member of the club now. This is like, most people do not get an invite. Most people would not be accepted if they applied, but you're part of the small group now. So you're elevated. Don't let that go to your head. You've got greater insight than you did before, and it may mean that you struggle to get along with or understand people around you who see things very differently. So patience is important. I do feel like the number 3 is also important for you. We have the 3 of Pentacles, and now we also have the 3 of Wands. We also have the Moon and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. You may feel like life has been a repeating cycle of failure, that you have continued to do what you feel like you needed to do, and yet you run into dishonest people or people you can't trust, or end up in situations where you felt stuck. But this is part of the reason why your intuition is so important. You've seen how things go. You've been in difficult situations that have learned you real good. You've learned a lot that enables you to understand what lies ahead. And that intuition is going to help you much more than you realize. Let's see what else we've got from the Fairy Lenormand. What else do we have? Number 35, which is the Anchor. This talks about stability. And the Coffin, number 8. So there's a shift in your life pertaining to people around you or how you earn your money. And it has it's like it could potentially cause a lot of chaos in your life. Whatever this change or this shift is, could be the end of a relationship. It could be that you find a new job or you get laid off. There's a change, and it's like testing you. I don't like to use that phrase, I guess, but it's an ending that is building character for you, like the old Calvin and Hobbes cartoon. But now I see multiple positive things coming your way because of this difficulty that you've gotten through, that you've recovered from, or that you just like, I'm just going to deal with it, you know, like it's not what I was hoping for, but whatever. Now you're getting some good news here that is, I feel like it's confirmation of your intuition. You've known for a while that you needed to just kind of like focus, heal, understand, not take too many drastic moves or bold moves. And yet you also knew that would change at a certain point. And then when I get the sign, or when I know that it's the right time, then I'm going to go for this other thing. So trust your intuition. You're getting confirmation right before something pretty amazing happens. This is the Gilded Reverie. What else do we have, please? The Magnifying Glass, number 44. The Dog, number 18. The Clock, number 37. And the Cross, number 36. So the Cross is the dark night of the soul. This is what you've been through. You've been through a lot of challenging things. Give yourself a pat on the back, okay? It wasn't easy, but it's made you who you are. And divine timing is at play. Now it's like, okay, you've went through all of that. You've learned a lot of lessons. They were important lessons and they will come in handy for you later on. But now it's time for some of that sweet stuff. Now it's time for some of that good karma after you've made it through and learned the lessons that you needed to. So there's going to be some abundance. I feel like it's a very loyal friend or romantic partner. This person could be at a distance from you, or you could meet them while you're on like vacation or on a work trip, for example. This is someone who is looking for the same type of stability or compassionate relationship that you're looking for. Again, for some of you, this could be friendship. But this is like a little thank you or a little congratulations from the universe because you've been doing right by your healing and trusted your intuition. What else? The horned one. That would be like the devil, by the way. The Page of Swords in the reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got some good karma coming your way. Things are going to improve for you. And I do feel like your intuition has told you this. I feel like you had some inner knowing. This is the right path, or this is going to get better after a while. It just is going to be a little bit of a grind at first. You might have started to kind of falter a little bit in that, like, I really thought this was going to pay off by now. But I see the Ten of Pentacles. Something improves for you. You realize, yep, this was the right move, or yep, this is the job that I was supposed to be in, or yes, I was supposed to start that business. You get confirmation of that intuition. Page of Wands, good news. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Why the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? The Hanged Man in the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. There's someone stubborn here. What is this? Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Wands. I feel like someone put magic on you. I feel like somebody blocked you. And your intuition, your grasp of your skills and magic that you've got within you, it's enabling you to undo or protect yourself from this person who seems to put a spell on you. The Emperor and the Ten of Wands. See how the Ten of Wands is like a fence, like a perimeter around there? You're protecting yourself against somebody who has been wishing ill upon you for, I think, a pretty long time. The Star. Technically in this deck it's plural. The stars. Yeah, I see you being able to keep their energy out, separate it, or protect yourself and not have to be, concerned about what's going on. This enables you to reach Nine of Pentacles status, so you're able to get what is meant to be yours. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. After a sense of financial frustrations, perhaps, or feeling like things were not moving forward with your career or the money, now it's going to go. It's like when there's a kink in the hose and someone straightens it out and then all of a sudden you got the water. Now it's like everything's going to start working again because you figured out how to deal with this person who put a spell on you. For some of you, it's not like they're not sitting there with candles and everything like, here's what I want to happen, and like chanting and whatever. Like sometimes it's literally just because someone is obsessively thinking negative thoughts or wanting you to have a negative outcome to a situation. This card is super racy, so I can't show it to you, but it is strength. Well, here, we'll do it like this. And then we also have the Six of Cups. There's strength. Sorry for having to cover up most of it. Look, I feel like because... how do I say this? Because you've been able to stay focused on what's important to you and you haven't gotten caught up in this drama or wishing ill upon someone who might be wishing ill towards you, you've been able to like basically earn the protection of multiple people. It could be people who've passed away. But I do feel like there's been protection around you, minimizing this negative energy that has been sent towards you. And then you realize, oh, I can do this. And that like completely cuts it off. So things move at a faster clip because no longer are you dealing with this person who like basically bound you, like made it so that you couldn't actually achieve what you were supposed to achieve. We have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden everything comes in at once. You may be seen as an expert. There may be people who are really impressed with your knowledge, but I feel like this King of Swords is also still backing up this idea that you have some really strong intuition. And that intuition has guided you successfully. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe you've been a couple times where you're like, oh, lost in translation. Oops. This is the Situations deck. What else do we have, please? Mental prison, lockdown, confined. Yeah, see, I think they had you under a spell that made it difficult for you to progress or to get the promotion or to fix your money issues. And now that spell is no longer headed towards you. Now this person isn't able to actually access your energy and they're freaking out about it because they feel like they had control and now they've lost it. See? It's all a matter of timing. You figure it out, you avoid their energy or you protect yourself from their energy and they're like, wait, hello, is this thing on? What happened? I thought I was able to impact your life. Now I'm not able to? Like, did someone change the Wi-Fi password? What happened? Is this thing on? So they're upset because you have figured out how to get out of whatever they were sending your way. How to avoid that negative energy. Maybe they see that things are shifting for you, or maybe you see and they're about to. But you're able to sidestep this negative energy, and they really thought that they had you trapped. They really thought that they had figured out a way to make it impossible for you to achieve what you were hoping to achieve, or, get where you were hoping to get. Now you're unrestrained. Now you're able to get after it, all right. Let's go for the Ghost Tarot. What else do we have? Because I do feel like there's someone on the other side who's like just a little protective of you. Might have extended a little bit of help to you. We have the Sun. And Death in the reverse, along with the Page of Swords. So you're able to, I feel like you intuitively knew there was something here that you needed to do to protect yourself. Maybe someone else suggested it and it just like sounded right to you. But as soon as you do this thing, then all of a sudden there's a change in the air. You can tell that it's different. Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Moon in the reverse. Ten of Cups. This is you putting a protective like shell around you, or making it so that energy can no longer reach you. This is the Ten of Cups. That's a card that talks about like home, domestic bliss, happiness, and it looks pretty spooky, right? That's because you chased off somebody who was trying to prevent you from having that Ten of Cups or that Ten of Pentacles. You've been able to block out their energy, and they're like, what happened? I thought I had you. King of Cups. Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone who has immature habits or doesn't seem to have empathy for others. And this person, you've been able to block them off. They're over here trying to do magic on you, but with the Devil in the reverse, it's like they have return to sender happening, or they don't even have your address in the first place, right? So you're blocking them. There's protection around you. So there's a shift here. Your intuition, it's like you get confirmation for the things that you knew were supposed to happen for you but hadn't happened yet. And those things begin to start happening because no longer does that person have the influence or the impact on your life that they were able to. It's like if you've ever had your phone like not functioning because of, you know, maybe a lack of towers in the area that you're at. Maybe you're on a mountain. And then as soon as you start having that communication with your phone and the tower, you get like 7 voicemails all at once. This is like there was something that had put aside the benefits or the abundance that was supposed to be for you, blocked it from reaching you, and now you've been able to undo that. And it's like ding, 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 ding. Everything comes in. 9 of Swords in the reverse. So there's anxiety relieved here or addressed. You're able to, exactly. You might have to say something out loud, by the way, if you haven't done that yet. That energy is not welcome here, or, you know, this is a line of protection. Whatever prayer you want to say. There is someone who thought they had access who now realizes they're denied. They don't have the ability to send this negative energy to you anymore. And as a result, things are improving for you. Yeah, we have the 6 of Wands, 8 of Cups. You're walking away from this. They're not able to access you anymore. So then this success or this sense of victory shows up for you. A little bit later than it was supposed to, but still it's for you. And here it is. All right, this is the Meme Cat Tarot. What else do we have, please? What else do we have? This is just the major arcana, by the way. We have the Emperor and Death in the reverse. So you've been able to avoid the things that they were hoping to prevent. They wanted your relationship to end, or you to get fired, or you to feel like a sense of hopelessness, but you've come through as the Emperor, someone who's able to overcome those challenges and find a resolution. So this person who is sending negative energy your way is going to feel a little bit foolish for trying to take you on, because they were not able to prevent you from getting the things that were meant for you. They only caused a delay. So we have Temperance in the reverse and the Devil in the reverse. Like, yeah, I know you wanted things to be unstable, but the thing is, I know how to clear out that energy, or I know how to take that negative energy you're sending my way and turn it into something useful for myself, or manifest something that I do want with that energy. Justice in the reverse. They were attacking you for a not valid reason, and they were not going to stop. So that's part of the reason that you have the ability to block this. In other words, you might be getting a little bit of a boost in your skills or your intuition, in part because there's somebody who is so determined to pick on you. You don't deserve that. So I'm sending you productive energy, and I hope things continue to get better for you. Remember, you're awesome, and you deserve to be around people who are also awesome. All right, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.